Today, we're going to talk about the small sun zy-t07. Alright, got this light probably about 3 years ago. Gave $22 for it on eBay. And it didn't come with any batteries or chargers or anything like that. But still a pretty neat little light. Runs on two 18650s. You put them in the backs here and here. The listing said Cree XMLT6. That is correct. It is a Cree XMLT6 LED. It also said it was pushing out about 1,000 lumens. That's incorrect. This thing is actually pushing out about 1,200 lumens, so a little bit brighter. Not much, but a little bit brighter than what the actual listing said. You got 5 modes: high, mid, low, strobe, and SOS. Yep. 2 hours of runtime on high. I'm not really sure what the others are. I'm sure it's something like 3 hours on mid, 4 hours on low, something like that. But who knows? Not me, certainly. 300 meter throw on this thing. Not bad. This thing's pretty small. For it to be able to do that, that's some pretty good distance coming out of this thing. Like I said, 300 meters. Let's go ahead and turn the lights off, and I will step out in the hall and show you what this thing can do. Alright, that's about 30 foot away. That's high, mid, low, strobe, SOS. Off, back to high. I'm going to prop this thing up, show you how much it lights a room up real quick. Alright, so there it is on our fireplace. Lighting up pretty much the whole living room. You really can't tell though because my camera's adjusting really badly. But let's go ahead and take this thing back to the desk and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Okay, this thing does have a couple flaws. The first one would be the battery caps back here that you put the battery in the battery housing. There's 2 of them because you put 2 batteries in there. To get these off is actually a little difficult. They're very well threaded, and you can't do a full rotation with your hand because you're constantly knocking into this one and vice versa if you're doing this one on that. They could have spaced this out just a little bit more maybe, or there's a way they could have done it. That's one issue I have. Also, the fact that there's 2 housings altogether, why not just do one? That way you only have 1 cap to deal with instead of 2. Just kind of time consuming, but that's one issue. The other one I have is when you turn this light on, you'll notice I have to cycle through all the modes to get this thing to go back off. May not sound like a big deal, but I actually have to push this button 6 times in order to get the light to go off. Once again, that may not be a big deal to you, but I'm just pointing it out. Like I said, this thing's only $22, not a big investment. If you can deal with it and live with it, by all means, go for it. This is polycarbonate plastic. This thing's also not waterproof. It's water resistant. I notice a lot of sellers are selling these on eBay as dive lights, completely waterproof to like 50 meters. I would not put this in water at all. I would not submerge it at all in water. That's pretty much all the flaws I have. And it may sound like I really don't like this light. Now I'm going to tell you, the design of this light is so unique and it's designed so well that it outweighs all the flaws I see in this thing. I'm so glad I got this light. It's definitely one you're not going to see again for a while. They're easy to find, but most people don't go looking for them. So, yeah, very happy with it. If you are looking at small sun flashlights, just know that you will have to cycle through all the modes in order to get your light to go back off, and that's about 99% of their lights. For some reason, that's just the way they design them. Like I said, it is a flaw, but it wasn't too bad for me. I deal with it. It may be a little bit more of a headache if I gave $100 for this, but I really didn't give much for it, so it's not that big of a deal. So that's pretty much it. This has been my review of the Small Sun zy-t07. If you got any questions or comments, just let me know. And I will soon be putting this light outside and comparing it to other lights and give you some throw patterns with it. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.